Argentina has reached 6 World Cup semifinals in its history. They have won every single one. But what most people never tell you is that this Wednesday isn't really about the final. It's about a ghost that's been following both of these teams since 1986. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why the real championship already happened before either team even steps onto that pitch in Atlanta. Let's set the stage. England and Argentina have history, real history. The hand of God in 1986, Beckham, sent off in 1998, a penalty shootout that still haunts English fans who were barely alive to watch it live. But here's what nobody talks about. These two teams have only met 5 times at a World Cup, 5 times across 90 years of this tournament existing. England actually leads that head-to-head 3 wins to 2. The last one, back in 2002, was decided by a single Beckham penalty and nothing else. Quiet, almost forgettable, which is strange, considering everything else about this rivalry has been about as quiet as a fire alarm. Here's the part that should scare Argentina fans. England hasn't lost to them in 90 minutes since 1986. Not once. Not in 5 internationals since. So when people say Argentina walks into Wednesday as favorites, that's not the full story. Now here's where it gets interesting. Neither team arrived here easily. England needed extra time against Norway, then extra time against Mexico, with 10 men on the pitch, somehow winning 3-2, just when it looked like England's tournament was over. One man kept dragging them through. Jude Bellingham has scored in back-to-back knockout games. Nobody has done that for England at a World Cup since Diego Maradona did it for the other team in 1986. Let that sink in. 2 England players, Bellingham and Kane, have 6 goals each in the same tournament. That has never happened before in the history of the World Cup. Tuchel's tactical plan so far has basically been to give the ball to Kane or Bellingham and hope for the best. Creative, to say the least. Meanwhile, Argentina had their own scares. They needed extra time against Switzerland, then extra time against Egypt after fighting back from 2 goals down. What looked like Argentina cruising through this tournament was actually a team surviving by a thread in every single knockout round. Here's the major revelation, the one most fans haven't connected yet. Lionel Messi is 39 years old. This is almost certainly the last World Cup he will ever play. He has scored 8 goals in this tournament, tied for the most in the world, yet he has never faced England in his entire career. Not once in more than 20 years as a professional. So the question nobody is asking out loud is this. What if Messi's story with England was never written at all until now? Maradona's story with England was written in just 90 minutes in 1986, 1 goal by hand, 1 goal by genius. It defined him forever. Messi has never had that moment. Wednesday might be his only chance to create one. Win, and he reaches a 4th World Cup final, chasing history that almost nobody has matched since Pele. Lose. And the story of Messi versus England simply never happens. It ends quietly in a semi-final in Atlanta. That is the real weight of Wednesday, not the final, this. So now you understand why the semi-final feels like the real final. Not because of the trophy, but because of the story that ends on Wednesday, one way or another. Whatever happens in Atlanta, football gets a moment it can never take back. A rivalry 40 years in the making. A legend with one last game to write his ending. But here's what's even more fascinating. The last time these two nations met in a World Cup, it came down to a single kick. And the story behind that penalty is even stranger than this one.